I think we're live. So welcome, you magnificent galactic spirit. You've showed up because you have an interest in evolving you while participating in the great shift of awakening consciousness, which is happening right now with the reboot of the 2012 Mayan calendar. And I'm nervous, so I need to just shake it out a little bit and loosen myself up because I'm a lot more fun when I'm not so uptight. So welcome, Galactic Spirit. I am so glad you're here. And the most important thing, that was better, isn't it? The most important thing that I want you to remember is, regardless of what we do today and what you remember of today, is you are worthy. You are worthy and capable of mastery and fulfilling your heart's desires. And that's why we're launching this free series, Spiraling Up Your Consciousness, Spiraling Up Your Birthrights. Here's a little image, which we're going to start playing with a little bit later, in order for you to start seeing how easy it is to use the flawless Mayan calendar and all the quantum energies that the scientists are giving us now, based upon how we can really start making our internal environment more important and more precious and more detailed than our external circumstance, while at the same time we can manifest everything we want in our physical, third dimensional reality, success, relationships, playing with our hobbies, anything like that. Work on our fourth dimensional consciousness, which is the power of our mind, and fifth dimensional consciousness, which is exploring the unknown. So if you've come to join us, yes, magnificent one, you are a galactic spirit, and you are here to take your consciousness to the next level. And one of the things that we're going to talk about today is exactly how to do that with the Eagle Ascension. And you're seeing that right on the screen right now with the little dots and bars right around it. And there's the eagle image right there that the Mayans gifted us, carved in stone, to be unlocked at this great time and this great shift of humanity. So I'm really excited to be sharing with you today. And one of the highlights that I cannot stress enough, and I will forever, when you pay attention to one birthright a day, and it only takes about 20 seconds to really lock in what energy it is for the energy of the day, and reflect on it as you go through your day, you will start seeing evidence-based, this is your evidence, experience of how these birthrights are manifesting in your life. And if there was, I don't mean to be tongue-in-cheek here, but I am busting my booty to bring this consciousness and this awareness to you in the way that my skill set is allowing me to do. And I have a great fortune that I don't need to work. I could spend more time at the beach, but as it is, I'm here from as soon as I wake up in the morning to really to develop the galactic spirit birthrights for you and for all of humanity. And I guess you would call that my service. I was born at this time specifically to share these energies for you, to learn these energies for me. I always like to say you, me, and we together are really evolving in community. What does community end with? Unity, our unifying force, where we can only explore our divine genius with our personal lives and manifest everything that we want. But in community, we are at the threshold and the precipice of really evolving consciousness and taking humankind, K-I-N-D, to the next level. So one of the things that Galactic Spirit does for us is it serves as a platform where stress and anxiety no longer serves us, And when we go through one birthright a day, what happens is we start having greater self-actualization, where we stop self-sabotaging ourselves. Self-sabotage that comes from learned behaviors, from what our parents taught us, from our experiences that we've had as we've journeyed through life, this lifetime, and who knows what other lifetimes. And it allows us to just take a look at what those experiences are and say, wow, those are no longer my reality. I can see that they no longer have service. They no longer have truth for me in the way that I want to live my life now. And what Galactic Spirit and our Ascensions does, it allows the path to widen. And, you know, our monkey minds and our egos are always trying to self-sabotage us. Oh, you can't do that. For what? You're too fat, you're too thin, you're too old, you're too young. Oh, your mother didn't do it that way. Whatever that dogma that repeats in your monkey mind, what happens is when you start becoming self-actualized with one birthright every day and playing with these unknown consciousnesses that we are delving into, what happens is, this is an important nugget, and I've been dropping nuggets all along, so pay attention. And here's just so you know, I teach stream of consciousness, and the reason why I do that is because, you know, I don't get trapped in my notes, and I've got them, so I never forget anything, but at the same time, I'm allowed to be spontaneous, and in that spontaneity, and hopefully you'll start getting into that flow of, you know, how I stream, it allows me to share with you what I'm guided to share with you in the moment. And sometimes people say I might even channel a little bit. I don't really like to use that language. There's some professionals that do say that, and there are a few channels that I absolutely love and experience on a regular basis, except I don't know, I don't really like to say that for myself. So going back to nugget. So thank you for getting to know me and know my process. So releasing our self-sabotage. See, I always come back. Self-sabotage. And this is an important nugget. As you release self-sabotage, these limiting beliefs, you start narrowing the gap of your monkey mind that says you can't. By the way, if you can't, you're absolutely right. If you can, you can. And remember, I'm going to stress this so many times. You are worthy, you are capable of mastery, and you're capable of fulfilling your life's desire and exploring these new realms, these new fifth dimensional realms that we were born to do. We were born at this time in order to awaken during this very, very important time of consciousness. And as we go through these series, I'm going to drop more nuggets about how our evolution evolved, but not today. One of the things that I want to do in this introduction and really get to our point to talk about the Eagle Ascension is that I want to make these live broadcasts, these little teaching moments, as short as possible. And the reason why I want to make them short, Jami, good luck with that. I try to, you know, I'm so full of excitement and for one of the things that I've learned over the years that I try to jam everything in for you at the same time. And I know our brains can only take so much. So one of the things that I want to do, like I said, I want to make them short so you get the juicy nuggets. And as we explore our Mastery Monday, our Worthy Wednesdays, and our Fulfilling Fridays together, I'm going to start dropping more notes of how our universal consciousness evolves, how we tap into the universal galactic spirit, the auric field, the divine matrix, God, source, whatever you want to call it, as a method as we are getting to understand and reclaim our birthrights. Now, just briefly, where did these birthrights come from? They came from Mayan glyphs, the glyph of eagle, which I'm putting my cursor on right now. I hope you can see it, is a light-coded symbol. Remember, symbols evolved before speech, and the Mayans, the galactic Mayans, we'll talk about that another day, left of us these light codes to be unlocked at this perfect time of flawless cycles that the Mayans gifted us. And just as a teaser of how flawless it is, when you look around this wheel of eagle, so start locking in and anchoring in that image, because it's all about expanding consciousness and divine perceptions. I'm giving you nuggets, seeing with broad views, seeing with eagle eye views, and expanding your mind into realms you haven't done before. Going around the wheel, look at the dots and bars. That's what I call the system of Ascension. And we're going to talk about what day 1 looks like, day 2 looks like, day 3 looks like, and day 4 looks like in a few minutes. But does that look like something familiar? Dropping a nugget. Binary code. Dots and bars, yin and yang, blending the duality between our internal worlds and external worlds. There's no mistakes here. This system is flawless. And repeating myself, and just so you know, I repeat myself on purpose. I repeat myself so the nuggets that I feel like are so important for you will really lock and load into that magnificent brain of yours. So when you think about one birthright a day and you reflect on it, here's your homework. Here's your homework forever and ever. Drop into one birthright a day, anchor it into your consciousness, reflect on it when you're sitting at a traffic light, when you're brushing your teeth, when you're doing the dishes. In quick little moments, take a galactic pause and really lock that energy in and start looking at how it's really unfolding in your life. And based upon that unfoldment, you will start, I promise, honest, you will start seeing synchronicities and aha moments that line up very specific to either the energy of the day or the accumulation of the energies of the day that you have already experienced. How does that feel? So our objective, that's number 1. Number 2 is have that be internalized and self-actualized, where the gap between our monkey mind, which is telling us we can't, that we can step into a consciousness that, as humans awakened at this time, crossing and bridging the threshold of 5th dimensional awareness that we don't even understand yet, but with galactic spirit we can start getting glimpses of them. We're making our monkey mind smaller, so we flip that narrative, me, that's going on in our heads, into widening the path of connecting to the universal galactic spirit, divine presence, unified source, God, whatever you call great spirit in your consciousness or spiritual tradition, to be able to draw your heart's desires to you. And that is our main objective. To narrow the gap between our self-sabotage and our limiting beliefs into manifesting anything we want on physical realms, on mental realms, on emotional realms, as well as spiritual realms. And where does that all lie? I already told you, but I want to add another little nugget there. Divine Matrix, the Universal Galactic Spirit, Great Spirit, God, and we can even call them the Akashic Records. And there's even a birthright that taps into our Akashic, that gives us a widening field of tapping into our Akashic Records. But right now, we are in Eagle, as I mentioned before, as an expanding views and expanding consciousness. And in Eagle, guess what? All of our birthrights are fractals of wholeness. So I just mentioned God, Great Spirit, Divine Matrix, Akashic Records, Illuminated Source, Information Field, all words and energies of this major cosmic soup that we are all universally connected in community, even though the Akashic, there is a birthright of exploring our Akashic Records. How is Eagle? Look at the holistic nature of this. How is Eagle with our expanded perceptions, broader views, narrow views, looking at things in a different way, seeing the unseen? How can that tap into our source of creation? Each one of our birthrights that we are going to explore on Mastery Monday, on Worthy Wednesday, on Fulfilling Friday, are holistically related to each other. And when we experience them all on this magnificent wheel, this wheel of our birthrights, I'm trying to get the glare off, we step into our wholeness and narrow the gap with additional freedoms and infinite possibilities. I can see. I'm Jami Lynn. And again, I'm so glad you're here. I've been on the spiritual path. I've been a spiritual seeker as long as I can remember. I remember as a little girl, I had a dream. This is my earliest dream that I remember. I was playing hopscotch with bald guys in orange robes. And I had no idea what a monk was when I don't know how old I was. I don't do linear time well. Nugget. We're talking about radial time. We're talking about cycles. We're talking about 13 days of death and rebirth. And every 13 days we have an opportunity to spiral up another birthright. Where are we? We are cumulatively, collectively, in community in Eagle. And thousands of people are all over the world are practicing the law of time and evolving consciousness. And I felt for the longest time, and I've been practicing these teachings for about 12 years now. I've learned about them in 1983. Okay, go ahead, do the math. I don't care. And it's been a draw ever since, and it maintains a consistency because of all the spiritual teachings that I have studied all throughout my lifetime. The Mayan calendar and galactic spirit just keeps coming up for me. And one of the things that I really want to share with you is, and why I love Galactic Spirit so much, and why I want to make these short. Sorry, this one isn't. I hope to get shorter as I get better and better at streaming my consciousness. But I felt like we really needed a solid introduction here. I really want to make these short because we are so busy. And what's the concept? When you lock the birthright into your consciousness, reflect on it during each day, and pay attention to it with a galactic pause, yes, you will start. I promise, you will start seeing these energies unfold. And it gets better every time that you experience it. And I was going to tell you something else. It will come back. It'll come back. So we want to make these really short. And one of the reasons why I do want to make them short is because recently I was in a Facebook dialogue with a very, very lovely human being, really nice person of working on the spiritual path. And she made a post, and she said she just completed 100 hours of these Buddhist teachings. And I studied Buddhism. I know enough to be dangerous, if you will. I don't know enough to really talk about it to you with sensibility, other than Buddhism and Hinduism. I taught in India. I was there for 3 weeks, having an opportunity to teach my feng shui, and I had an opportunity to travel throughout. So I know enough about those two practices to at least share what I'm about to share with you, is that they are trainings of the mind. And that's one of the things that I love about Buddhist teachings is it's not a religion. I don't believe it's a religion. Do I think it's a spiritual practice? Yes, because what it's doing, it is disciplining your mind to think beyond what you see in 3 dimensions. Going back to my story. Sorry, I told you I do this stream of consciousness. You get what you get. Either like it or you don't. I welcome you to trust me in knowing that I'm always going to get to the nuggets, and you are always going to walk away with important evolutions that you can take home with you. I always have a tendency to jam pack. How long have I been on? Oh my goodness, jam packed. So I want to move on. So she said she had these 100 hours worth of teachings, and she was really excited about the 300-hour next class that she was taking. So I dialogued. I said, okay, so what did you learn in the 100 hours, and what are you expecting to learn in the 300-hour class that you're taking, and the upcoming class? And she said, I learned, and she rattled off, again, I'm reading on Facebook, a string of Sanskrit words. Now, these Sanskrit words, am I familiar? A little bit, not a lot. But I said, yeah, what did it do for you? What is this 100 hours? What is this 300 hours expected to do for you? Galactic Spirit is fast tracking. You don't have to spend hundreds of hours. You don't have to meditate for an hour in the morning, hour in the evening. I am telling you that all you have to do is pay attention to the energies of the day and the synchronicities in your manifestations. Because of your self-actualizations, that's what you need to do, be self-actualized and watch these unfoldments show up, and you will start, I promise, seeing these evolutions. Thousands of people are experiencing these teachings every day and in community. When we use and vibrate these frequencies at higher frequencies at the same time, we help and we support each other. So as we go along, you are going to get evidence-based confirmations through your own awareness and self-discovery. And as we go through here, I just don't want you to use the words that I use or the words that I'm offering you in the free PDFs that I'm giving you. And we're going to have a look at one in a minute. I want you to really drop into the energy, drop into the light-coded image and dig deep and see what these energies mean for you, because in those self-actualizations and self-realizations is when you will have your aha moments and when you are going to have the greatest evolution. Now, since we don't have to spend a lot of time, I just want to remind you that every day, and I've dropped this link in the code for you, a link called Pineal Beats. And Pineal Beats is a daily 20-second, not 20-minute, not hour, a 20-second video that was specifically designed with the snapshot of the daily energy, with a beautiful image, a beautiful video, really, really tight keywords. That's a stepping stone for your own evolution. And if you listen to the music behind the beautiful video, that music is very, very strategic based upon the mathematical Mayan light codes that we've included and designed in the audio portion. So to tap into your pineal gland, we'll talk about that in a future lesson, heart and pineal, third eye, the lighting up of our chakra system. And that's what these pineal beats with that link for you is meant to do. And we're going to talk about in future lessons about lighting up your chakras. And by the way, balancing your chakras, that is third dimensional old news. Dropping a nugget. Actually, they're all nuggets. Did you know that your chakras contain plasma, the fueling station of your chakras, that holds a light-coded frequency embedded in your DNA? Old science would say that DNA is filled with empty space, or our cells are filled with empty space, but they're not. Our quantum scientists know, because they've tested our bioluminescence, that it is now we are stepping into lighting up our DNA, lighting up our chakras, heart and pineal gland, two of the major chakras in the heart center. Once we're rooted into the ground with our root chakra and connected to galactic cosmic spirit, our Akashic records for our crown chakra, but in our DNA, in our chakra system, that empty space in our cells is a void that is an antenna and receptor of light that's eagerly waiting to be awakened. And we're going to talk all about that in upcoming sessions, in upcoming streaming. So a couple important suggestions. I want you to make sure you download your superpower, because Eagle is one of your superpowers of wholeness that all of our birthrights build. We are 20 birthrights. This slip. We are 20 of these birthrights that are gifted us to the Mayans, and when we integrate them together, that build upon your superpowers. So make sure you check that out. We have the link for you. Be open to not fully understanding each concept. We're on the threshold of evolving consciousness, everybody. So how can we evolve every concept? The reason why Galactic Spirit has taken me so long, I've been working on this project for 5 years. Why did this project take me so long? Several reasons. Number one, I knew that these concepts needed to be brought forward, so I worked on them internally in my internal world. But I had to figure out what it meant with my third dimensional brain. because my third dimensional brain hasn't caught up with my fifth dimensional brain yet. None of us have, because we are evolving beings, and this is a 2,000-year-old cycle that started in 2012. So we're just glimpsing, but we are accelerating time. And for the first time in human history, I didn't want to get into this, but dropped in. This is the first time in human history that we can use the power of our brain to step into higher consciousness and higher frequencies. And the galactic light codes are the way to do it. So if you don't understand every concept, it's okay. I'm still learning with you. You, me, and we are evolving in community together. Lock the concept in your magnificent brain. Because as we continue, you're going to start locking and loading these concepts, and all of a sudden you're going to go, aha, that's what she was talking about. Now I'm seeing the holistic nature of how all these moving parts are coming together and how we're stepping into holistic wholeness. Trust those intentions. Trust your brain. And as you evolve, yes, the exciting clarity is going to start showing up for you more and more. So I guess it's time to start talking about our birthrights. Best reference I can give you is astrology. There's a birthright every day, different birthright astrology, but with astrology, again, I know a little, started studying it probably in the 80s. Didn't really resonate with it too much. The cycles are all moving at different speeds, and I don't know, I felt it to be too complicated. So we're going to make the Mayan calendar so easy today. The cycles are, I'm losing my little magnets here that I put on as markers. The cycles are consistent. And later on, we're going to talk about the two, this is our Mayan DNA map. And there's 260 days. You don't need to remember anything at the moment. I'm just showing you, and the cycles are always consistent. And those cycles, you don't need to remember anything. They will be on your pineal beats. They will be in our live broadcast. And also I dropped in the Mayan calendar for you. It's a link on my website, which is always present, and you can always track where you are. So instead of all these cycles moving at different speeds, they are all moving at the same pace, giving you, me, and we time to really lock in one of those energies one every day. And what I've done is I've included a PDF map for you, and I'm just going to change my screen so you can see it. And just so you know, this PDF map will always come in your email with like once a week. I'm gonna drop you an email with the current daily cycle and where we are, so you can track the energies with us to make it super easy. And I just want to remind you that it's so important to know that the more you put in, the more you're going to get out. But right now, in the Birthright Ascension program, this is the live program that I'm sharing with you what is it? Manifestation Monday. Yeah, it can be Manifestation or Mastery Monday. That was a little slip up, but guides wanted you to hear it. Worthy Wednesday and Fulfilling Friday. you will be getting an email of these, but because our system might be a little, we're working really hard, my webmasters are working really hard to get it done for you. That's why I've dropped it into the link, but make sure you like and you allow galacticspirit.com on your email to make sure that you get the free PDFs every time, so you can follow along with us, as well as some other nuggets and shares that I'm going to be giving with you. So, like I said, the only way you can really get these experience-based results is what? To experience them. So having a look at our wheel, and I had a magnet here that didn't stick very well. We are only going to be talking, let me change the screen for a second. Here's the 20 around the wheel, 13 each day. We are talking about Eagle and its binary spiral up ascensions, 1 all the way through 13, 1 each day, of expanding your vision, looking at perceptions, broad view, eagle view, marrying broad and eagle at the same time, and opening up your consciousness. And we are only talking about, where's eagle? Eagle, what happened to you? There you are. And we are only talking about, in this series, I put a little magnet there, the dot bar wheel. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4 of Eagle, expanding your birthrights. This is the only wheel we are talking about right now. 13 days of expanding consciousness. So here on your PDF. Now on your PDF, I just want to scroll down with you on it. There is a ton of information here. A ton. I have to go back to looking at you. Why is there a ton of information? I can't help myself. I have always, ever since my first feng shui book, I've written 7 books, taught all over the world. The reason why I don't do spirituality light or evolutionary light is because I want to give you everything I know and for you to experience as much as I can give you. So the PDF is super jam-packed. But there's only one thing I want you to know. And you can start exploring more as you choose. And we'll quickly buzz through them, the pages. But one thing I want you to know right now. Eagle, expanding vision and your perception imaginations. Now, sorry, I'm not going to look at the camera now. I'm going to go over to the first page of our PDF. And today, if you've looked at the pineal beat day, today is day number 2. So yesterday, we started the Eagle Ascension. Every one of these blocks is a day. So on the first day, yesterday, because we're only meeting on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, Mastery Monday, Worthy Wednesday, Fulfilling Friday, and soon with the Infinite 9-month program, we're going to be meeting on Tuesdays, Transformation Tuesdays. But for now, in the Spiral Up broadcast, We're only learning one thing. I want you to focus on one thing a day. Yesterday, how are you attracting expanded vision? And what does expanding vision mean to you based upon what's going on in your life? Today is the engagement day. 2 dots. Engage. Engage is also about overcoming duality. Yin yang, 2. It's always binary code, coming in together. Yin and yang, coming into wholeness. How are you engaging expanding vision and your perceptive imagination? Tomorrow, how are you activating expanding vision in your life based upon what's happening in your world? And when we meet again on Worthy Wednesday, it's going to be the Synergy Day. Now, if you want to jump, and what does synergy mean? Okay, let's jump ahead a little bit. Here are details. I'm going to make this a little bigger so I can see it. I'm dropping an advanced nugget here. Day 1 is all about physical form, being in the body. Day 2 today, balancing duality, coming into quantum wholeness. Tomorrow we're activating. Activating is the power of the mind. How are we wiring and firing? These are neurocircuitry in order to have expanded vision. Look what we did here. Day 1 is body. Day 2 is looking for balance. Day 3 is mind. Day 4, when we meet together on Worthy Wednesday, we're synergizing the body and the mind together, and we're expanding our vision into action. So as you go through the PDF, go ahead, jump ahead, and these are my little synopsises. Is that a word? My little synergies of my experience of working with these energies for so long that you can look at these energies a little bit deeper, but you don't have to. For now, use your intuition. Use your expanded awareness. Use your visionary perceptions, broad view, eagle eye view, to attract, to engage today, tomorrow to activate. And then on Worthy Wednesday, we're going to talk about the synergy and the next cycle within our 13 days. It's all we want to do. We're in the discovery phase right now. And when we meet again, we're going to go deeper into the exploration. So what we are doing on this level, on spiraling up your consciousness, changing webcam, I think the black is not making it easy to read there. Next, we are spiraling up. Look at this. Day 1, day 2, day 3. We're in day 2 now. Really balance the yin-yang of your superpower. Overcome duality in how are you advancing, spiraling up your relationship with expanded vision every day. 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, looking around the wheel all the way around to day 3, as you can use the PDF that I've given you for your guidance. Yes, if you want to, there's other things in the PDF. I just want to quickly show you. I've gotten through all of the 13 days. I've tried to give you a little bit of space in there so you can journal how you're feeling. Remember, journaling really helps you anchor and integrate the concepts into your consciousness. What did I tell you a little while ago? The more you put in, the more you'll get out. And coming soon, we're starting in 2 weeks, we're starting the next level, what I'm calling the concentrated birthrights. Just trying to show you this with my refrigerator magnets. This is backwards. Are these cool or what? Does this look like the same shape? Yeah, starting in 2 weeks, we're going to start the concentrated birthright layer. I don't want to really talk about it too much now, but it's following the same 13-day sequence. So as we are going to add concentrated birthrights, micro details to your daily dots and bars ascension. Looking at it this way, there's concentrated birthrights that we are going to start adding on. But for now, we are just talking about one birthright for 13 days and the first dot. We're not talking about these two inner wheels. We're talking about the dot bar ascension wheels of spiraling up your birthrights. Just quickly, if you want to have a look with me on what else is on the PDFs, there's some of the details of different ways to look at it. Again, don't use my words. This is about you. This isn't about me. This is the accumulation of my discoveries that I can encapsulate for you in this time space. Galactic Spirit is all about exploring no time and no space, adventuring into the Akashic records, looking into your divine matrix, into the seat of your soul, into where we all combine into community. Oh, this is perfect. You are the co-creator of your heart's desires. Evolve you in awakening humanity. As we go further, you're going to learn, and I will repeat this forever and ever and ever. Are you willing? Are you willing happens to be the human birthright. Human birthrights, super juicy. They all are. They all have magnificent depth, and we'll go into a lot of the depth on the 9-month Infinite You program. But that is who we are in 3 dimensions. We are evolving into Skywalker. We can talk about this magnificent symbol another time, as we are all, you, me, and we are evolving into our Infinite You. Go ahead, please take a look at some other details that I happen to put on for you about coming up with a plan, taking conscious action. And yes, are you willing? Are you willing to commit to evolving one birthright a day? Because that is where your personal galactic spirit is going to evolve, start manifesting and drawing to you, connecting to the infinite field, the galactic source, the universal galactic spirit, everything that you want to accomplish in your heart's desires. Yes, of course you have to take action. Everything requires a little bit of effort on your part, unless you're bobbing in an ocean without expectation. But we were alive to manifest our dreams, to live heaven on earth, and to be joyful, and to really experience our heart's desire. And what does that look like? And the second page, is it the second page? No, it's the third page of the PDF. It really starts asking you, how do you want to manifest your heart's desire, and what does that really look like for you? And the greater clarity you have, the more the universe is going to say, yeah, I know she wants that. I know he wants that. Your galactic spirit is worthy. It's masterful to fulfill all your desires, to light up your body, physical. Day number 1, first dot, to be enhanced by your mind. Day number 3, wire and fire your brain into evolutionary consciousness. Again, we are fast tracking it. We are doing next level evolutionary conscious work together. And I'm so honored and I'm so grateful to have this opportunity to share it with you, to have had the discipline, truthfully, to really figure out what information is being, fifth dimensional information is being downloaded into my head, figure out what that means in my third dimensional brain, have my brain catch up with fifth dimensional thinking, and be able to communicate with fifth dimensional consciousness in a third dimensional way that you, me, and we will be able to understand it, anchor it, and anchor it into our consciousness. Page number 4 on the PDF, just about some suggestions that I'd love you to think about as we start evolving consciousness together. Obviously, the underlines are links to codes that will help you. And here's some future upcoming classes that we are adding on to the dot bars, the dot bar layer of spiraling up your consciousness. So I think I have said everything that I want to share with you today. How long have we been on? I don't know. We're going to get shorter and shorter as I get better and better, and as you start to flow with me. This video is a really important one because it really gives you an overview. I did drop tons and tons and tons of nuggets, so I invite you to watch this video over and over again to really get a good understanding of it. So having said that, I'm grateful. I thank you so much for joining me. And you know, one of the traditional words that I'm sure you've heard, it's namaste. And namaste means the light within me honors the light within you. A lot of people say it, but they don't really know what it means. And the Mayan way of saying that is in Lakesh. And it translates to, I am another yourself. So in deepest gratitude, I'm so glad that you, me, and we are on this journey together. And I will see you as we continue our ascension in Eagle, expanding our vision with multi-dimensional perceptions. Thanks so much for coming, and watch again because I did drop a lot for you. Much love.